Yesterday, a child came out to wonder.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan Victoria. My name is Megan, and in today's video, well friends, I asked you guys what you wanted to see, and everyone was like, we want color and we want it bold. And I was like, do you know what channel you're on? Like, I very rarely, seldom dip into color. Sometimes it's fun, but I'm not like the most keen on color. So this is what we came up with today. She's glam, she's colorful. You wanted color, I delivered. This is color. I have contributed, I have done my part, thank you. But this look is very fun, I have to say. It was fun to like kind of sit and like play, and honestly I wasn't even sure if I could like do makeup like this. I was like, this is so like, you know, Instagram makeup artist, which I don't really consider myself. But this definitely was a lot of fun. I do hope you guys enjoy, and I don't really have anything else to say, so without further ado, let us get started. Okay, so let's start off with a little Flawless Filter shade 3. I got a few questions about Flawless Filter. I like to use it almost like a highlighting shade, so I like it kind of a little bit lighter than my face, but at the same time I've also used it almost like a super light coverage foundation. So if you want to go like out of the house with just this, you can easily do that, but then I, you know, suggest probably getting a shade that you could also like use to like bronze with. So when I'm light, the shade 3 is perfect for like a foundation slash bronzer, like it gives me some color, but I'd like never want to use like shade 2 because then I would just, you know, look even more pale, and you know we're not about that. So that's my little spiel on that, but I like 2 or 3. Number 1 is very light, like oh my god, let me tell you, there's a huge difference. So 2 and 3 is where I like to keep it in that range. Okay, now I'm thinking let's use some Estee Lauder. I've just been really enjoying the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation like a lot this summer. I just think you need the tiniest amount of it, and then you can build up such a great coverage. So like I'm just taking one little dot on my sponge and then building it up onto the skin. Also, this is just like a really good summer foundation. Like it stays put, and it doesn't, you know, feel gross throughout the day. I think this one in thin layers is just like such a go-to because it just doesn't move and it just feels nice and it's great and I love it. So big fan of that. I'm definitely taking it over the eyelids as well, but I'm gonna avoid kind of like directly under the eyes because, you know, if we get fallout then there's no point. We're just gonna have to wipe it away, so just kind of let it chill. Okay, so to start off, I'm gonna go into my Afterglow palette. I'm just gonna take a mixture of the pink and the orange, just kind of get something in between. Then I'm just going to work that into the crease, just getting that nice like orangey warmth worked right in. Immediately I'm grabbing a little bit more of the pink because it seems the orange is pulling in my mixture. So just get that right on the eye. Don't have to do this super neat, so I'm just really kind of scrubbing it on. Alright, then I'm going to go into my Barbie palette. I'm going to grab this hot pink shade. Obviously you can see it's hella pigmented, be careful. And I'm going to start working that into the crease. I'm going to hop back to my little pink orange combo and grab that same brush and just kind of diffuse that pink. Also, you'll notice that the pink and the orange that I'm using from the Nars palette is obviously like a lot more diffused. Like it's more of like, you know, neutral tones of these like bright pink that I'm using from the Pur palette. So just gonna soften everything and almost give it like a little bit, I don't want to say muddiness, but it like neutralizes it, right? It doesn't make it so like neon. But with that said, I'm gonna go and grab a little bit more pink and just build this up so I can get my desired look. I definitely like to start slow. I'm not one of those like Instagram makeup artists who's just like color. That like terrifies me. It totally works, not that it's like a bad thing at all. I'm just like definitely kind of prefer to take my time and like build it up and, you know, be a little scaredy cat. That's fine, it's cool. All right, I want to grab like a purple, so I'm gonna go into this Riviera palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. We're gonna legit grab that purple. I'm gonna just dip it into the pink because that purple's scaring me a lot. And these are more like, I think this is more of a pressed pigment formulation, so really like tap off your product. I'm using just a little bit of a smaller brush, and I'm just gonna really wiggle that into the crease. And a little bit on that outer corner as well. But really just push it in there. I'm kind of doing a little bit more of a rounded style, so I'm just pulling this purple into the kind of middle of the eye, but you can see we have like a nice curve happening. Playing around with that shape, why not? And I definitely like to use my eyes like open so I can see exactly where I'm placing the product. And also, because like I want to actually see my makeup. If I just like relax and it disappears, I ain't gonna be happy about it. So no. All right, I'm just gonna grab that little bit of that pink brush, so whatever's left over on it, I like to use this. I get a little aggressive when I blend, I know that, but I basically just want to smooth everything out. So where the purple is kind of skipping along our like eyelid wrinkles, let's be real, that's what they are, this brush will just smooth all that product right out. Give us a nice diffused blend. And then we're gonna go back one more time. We'll probably go back 5 more times, let's be real, just with that same pinky orangey mixture. And I'm just gonna slightly and softly diffuse all those edges. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of the pink on that brush and, you know, just give ourselves yet again another layer. Then I'm gonna just take that first initial brush with whatever's products left on it, and we're gonna like really messily blend. Like this is where you just kind of want it to have that like watercolor feel. So the brush is just kind of doing the work for you. You're not really like trying to be really neat with it. You're just really like softening everything. Tap out your sweat stash. Good work, team. Okay, so there's a really pretty color in this Afterglow palette, this like shifty gold kind of color. Just gonna grab that on whatever brush, and I'm just gonna pop that as a brow bone highlight, but it has like a soft like shift to it. You can see how it kind of becomes like iridescently kind of pink, and then we're just gonna use that, and that's just gonna go with our whole look. Kind of lightly dragging that purple brush just right on top of my crease, just so I can make sure that I do get some purple that's actually going to be shown when my eyes are like actually relaxed. Sitting here and I'm like, should I cut my crease? And I'm like, you know what, if you guys were here, you'd be yelling at me to cut my crease, so let's just do it. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of my Makeup Forever concealer, whatever concealer you have. I'm just going to pop a little bit on the back of my hand. I like to work from the back of my hand just because I do, I don't know. And I'm going to grab a little brush. I don't want to do like an entire cut crease, so we'll just do like the first half. So here's a really quick trick. Put the concealer right there and then look straight and look up, and it's going to transfer exactly where it needs to transfer. That's also why you make sure that purple is high enough. So like I said, I'm going to take it halfway in like that, maybe just a little past halfway, and then we'll do the other side. It's also a good chance just to like, you know, roll your eyes at like whatever's happening in your life that you want to roll your eyes at. All right, we're not going to worry about like blending it out just yet. I'm going to go in and just start filling in the color where we cut the crease. I'm going to go back to this palette. I'm going to grab the gold, just like straight up gold, and we're just going to really press this on. So let's do that. I wish I enjoyed doing this more, but like I really like just don't care that much about it. Like I just love doing like my natural glowy glam looks. Like when I was in makeup school, I hated doing theater makeup. Oh my god, I wanted out of that class so badly. So badly. Then I'm going to go back into the Afterglow palette, pick up that same peachy, like yellowy gold shift, and just press that right on top. It's going to change this, give this more of a pink undertone. Just going to be gorgeous. It's going to kind of shift the yellow so it's not so yellow. We're still getting the brightness of the yellow, but then it almost gets like a peachy feel to it, which is lovely. Press and then move it around. All right, so now I'm gonna go back to the pink shade. I'm gonna grab that little bit of pink, and we're gonna start kind of blending this on the outer corner. So I'm just gonna tap that pink right on that concealer line. That's all I'm gonna do right now. Just tap it on like that. All right, and once you've tapped, then you can kind of just, as you have less product, just kind of move the brush over, and that's gonna give you the most soft blend. You're really not doing much besides just kind of tapping the brush. All right, so I don't want anything harsh. So clearly we still have pink to yellow. I want like pink to like orange to yellow. So I'm gonna grab this orange shade in the Afterglow palette, and then I'm gonna start working that into the yellow. Yep, there we go. And just to kind of make that transition even more fluid. And you can just go grab a little bit of the pink, you know the drill, bring it into the orange and just kind of amp up the colors and the opacity till you're happy with it. Okay, so we have a really beautiful blend going on. Now I want to add more color because you guys asked for color, so you're gonna get color. So I have this really amazing liner from Nars, and it's like cobalt blue, and I just want to take that and just contrast everything we have going on with a really sharp liner. And sometimes I'll just take a little liner brush just to keep it nice and clean, trying to get more control. I could very easily wing this out and that'd be cute, but I want to make the liner part of the look because I like that. So I'm just gonna grab that same purple and just kind of place that purple over the liner and have it become part of the outer corner. I don't know why I made that sound like a friggin' like mystery novel. I feel like our pink is getting a little lost over here, so I'm just gonna tap it on. There we go. And another unnecessary thing, I'm just gonna take the Rimmel Wonderswipe because I love these, and I'm gonna draw it on top of my liner because it's just gonna give it like this pow of like glam and glitter. Then right on the outer corner, I'll take it, but I'm gonna bring it into the look, just like that, like bringing it up into that little C shape, and then press this in because this can actually be like a liner and then it also can be a shadow. So I want the best of both worlds. Ooh, that's kind of cool the way it catches the light. I'm into it. I'm very much like you just kind of add what you need and go from there. Like, don't think makeup is like paint by numbers at all. I think it's very much like see what happens and then fix it. All right, I gotta make sure that this blue dries down. Just because of the nature of this look, I think I'm gonna need just some black liner just so my lashes have a place to stick. So I'm just gonna lightly draw a little thin line just so my lashes have a landing strip. All right, I'm gonna throw on some lashes and some brows, and then I think we'll move on. Maybe, we'll see. We are back. I have a lot of brow happening. I think I just spent like 20 minutes erasing and trying to like figure out brow shapes, so that was a whole thing. Okay, so moving on, let's go to the under eye area because yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm gonna start with some Salmon concealer as always. I definitely have some fallout and you could wipe that away, but I'm just gonna, you know, pop concealer on top of it because why not? So then I'm gonna go into my Makeup Forever new concealer, the shade 6, no, why am I saying 6? 2.6, okay, so there was a reason I was saying 6. I'm gonna take this and work that onto the skin. I'm putting a fair bit of concealer because obviously like we're glam AF, so you know, might as well just embrace it and go with it. And we'll just take our sponge and start blending that in. Okay, and then to do a little contouring action, we're gonna take the shade Chestnut from the Bare Minerals foundation stick line. That is a melty, oops, my bad. And then we'll just work this in with our BMX 180 brush. Gonna just switch over to my sponge now. I don't know how I feel about these eyebrows. They're a lot. They're a lot. But this whole look is a lot, and so the whole look has to be a lot, or else it just won't work. I guess that's how we have to tell ourselves. I want a little extra brightening, so I'm gonna just take my Urban Decay concealer and just pop it right where we have, you know, our cheekbones that just want a little extra like under eye brightening and a little extra lift. Set my under eyes with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. And then for the rest of the face, I'm just going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, whatever it's called, powder. I like giving it myself just like a really nice powder before we do all the like bronzer and everything, because it just makes everything go on like so much smoother and nicer. So that's perfect. This is a very peachy look, so we might as well just take our very peachy Buxom Rooftop Tan bronzer and then just work this all over the face. It smells so good. I'm keeping the skin very much the same as we've been doing the last few videos because I just love it. It's perfect summer skin, so I'm going to grab a little bit of the Orgasm X blush as well. Just dust that on the cheeks. Not going to make the like blush and contour very like sharp because our eyes are obviously so bloody dramatic. So we'll just kind of go a little bit easier on that. And then a little bit across the nose. For highlight, we're going to go into Champagne Pop and just hit that on the tops of the cheekbones, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow. Then I just kind of like work it in to the blush almost. All right, and the last thing I'm gonna do is grab the Laguna. Just gonna hit that right on the cheekbones, just to really, you know, give us a nice little chisel. And then work that a little bit down the neck. Okay, I think the skin looks really perfect, but I don't think it looks like too overdone, which is nice because obviously there's a lot happening on the eyes. So speaking of, we're gonna move back to the eyes just for a few seconds just to kind of finish them off. In the under eye area, I'm just gonna go into the hot pink shade and I'm just gonna really work that in. I don't wanna make the under eyes too complicated because obviously there's a lot happening in this look. So I'll just pop that on. And then we'll grab the little orange just to blend this out a little bit. Just keep it nice and soft. And for a little inner corner pop, we'll take that same little shade we've been using for our highlight. Just make sure that's right on the inner corner. Just gonna really brighten up even that pink. You can just take that like halfway across. Also going to just make sure the brow bone nice and highlighted again. Ooh, look at that iridescence. Yes, queen. And then one more round of just a light blend. Just really softens the under eye area, which I enjoy. I think also we'll do the jumbo shadow pencil in the waterline, so I'm just gonna do that quickly. And then of course I'm just gonna apply mascara and then we'll move on to the lips. I don't know. I wanted to do kind of like a bright orange lip and then I was like, maybe that's a little too much. So we're gonna go in with this rose lip liner. I'm gonna try and like neutralize it because I also want to keep everything pretty. Like I like doing dramatic for sure, but like I'm definitely like, I want everything pretty at the end of the day. Take this rose lip liner. This is a really pretty color. I like this. Okay, and then I have this like orangey lip gloss that has like a tint to it, and I thought this would be really pretty on top. Dang, guys. That's really pretty. I feel like that was like the right lip choice. It just needs to be something kind of soft, you know? All right, you guys know what's coming. We're gonna do little final touches. So I actually grabbed a little bit of that Nars shadow because it's stunning. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. This has definitely become my like summer obsession. I'm gonna just pop a little bit more right in that inner corner because like it makes your eyes look like fire and I love it. So I'm just gonna do that. It just gives it this like amazing level of drama. Yeah, I just seriously love that. What else? Probably a little blush bronzer action because that's what we always do. Gonna grab that Laguna and just really make sure we seal in those cheeks. I want a little bit more glow. I know, how can I have more? But I'm gonna grab that Laura Mercier powder because I just feel like it just makes everything look so good. I gotta figure out where it's from. I still haven't figured it out. I'm very confused. Trust me, I'm very confused about it all. So so that's the whole thing. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Orgasm X and do those cheeky cheeks. And then I think to absolutely finish off, oh, also my favorite little trick, we're gonna grab Urban Decay, same brush, why not, whatever, it doesn't matter. And just work that underneath. I'm gonna take that on my sweat stash and the center of the face just to give a little extra light and shine. Then, damn. And since we ain't no basic bitch, well actually most of the time we are, but today we're not. I'm gonna just grab a little bit of my concealer and just work that on the center. Just for a light, slight little highlight to the center. You know, we love it, we love it. All right, let's seal this baby in. Press everything right into the skin. And maybe just like a little bit more bronzer on the nose. And this completes our final look. All right, guys, here we have it. This is the final look. I'm more into it as I sit with it. I can't lie. It's like, oh, okay, this is kind of fun. Like, I want to be on like a beach somewhere at a party and like, you know, just dancing the night away. I think that would be a great time. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.